checking in, texting, saying, hey, how's Caleb look? How's the offense?
Right.
And it's the obvious answer that he is a rookie quarterback. No matter how good he was in college, no matter how high he was drafted, he's still learning how to do this at the NFL level. But today, the final day of minicamp, the biggest takeaway for me was that red zone period and how much more comfortable he looked in a condensed area versus the last time we saw that happen 2 weeks ago at the beginning of OTAs. And from just an overall feel of making sure everybody's lined up in the right formation, that if there is an adjustment he needs to make with the protection at the line of scrimmage, some of the pass concepts, it seems like he's grasping those things quicker and quicker as each practice goes on, which, as Matt Eberflus has told us all offseason, Caleb Williams' ability to chunk information, to take it from the classroom to the practice field and apply it, has been among his best attributes in the first month of his NFL.
So, Bruce, the Bears have quietly had a hell of an offseason, in my opinion. We know their defense was good last year, and then their offense was always shaky. We knew there was a tension between Justin Fields and Matt Eberflus. I'm not a big Matt Eberflus fan, but he does have that defense looking right. I think they got I want to say Roquan Smith. That really bolstered their defense. They got him to an extension. But on the flip side, though, they have gone out. They already had DJ Moore. They went out, got one of the best wide receivers in college football, and Rome Odunze, and quietly grabbed Keenan Allen off of the LA Chargers. So with that being said, and let's not forget, they grabbed some running back named DeAndre Swift. I never heard the guy.
DeAndre, the broke leg Swift.
But anyway, at the end of the day, it all comes down to this guy being able to translate everything. And, we've heard reports that I'm sure you've seen them. There are some reports that this guy looked terrible, his first couple of days in practice. And now you got this Bears reporter saying, like, hey, it's starting to come together. So brings back to my initial question. Should we be more concerned about the Bears?
I think you should always be concerned about the Bears. We lost one game to them last year, and we thought we were going to sweep them. So they should always be on your radar. Do I think that we can't beat them? No. Do I think we should beat them 2 times this year? I think so. But to your point, they do got a good defense, and they put some weapons on their offense. So of course they're a threat to be reckoned with. You have to pay attention to them. The moves that they made do make you sit up and pay attention. But the thing about them is, the 2 things about them is Caleb Swift and DeAndre Swift. Caleb Williams and DeAndre Swift. Caleb Williams, I didn't watch a ton of him in college. I watched him when he played for Oklahoma. And after that, it was kind of spotty. The games that I watched from him, but I thought Caleb Williams was good, man. He just never gave me that wow moment that everybody hypes him up to see. I just thought he was a good quarterback. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he's gonna flop. I don't think he's gonna flop and be a bust or anything. But at the same time, I don't think he's going to come in and be Aaron Rodgers or Lamar Jackson or somebody. I think he's just going to be a good average quarterback. Not average. I'll give him above average. I think he's going to be a good above average quarterback. But it's going to take him time to get there. And the reason I talk about him and DeAndre Swift is because I'm not sure how good their line is. He's going to be under a lot of pressure. DeAndre Swift is not going to be running behind the Detroit Lions offensive line or the Eagles offensive line because the Bears offensive line is not. You can't compare either. No, the Bears' offensive line to either of those lines. Uh, the Lions and the Eagles may have the best two offensive lines in the league. So, how is he going to react to, being under fire? I think he's going to be a good quarterback, and I feel like in the years to come, the Bears will give us a run for our money. I feel like we should beat them this year. I'm not saying it's going to be an easy win. I in no way, shape, or form think it's going to be an easy win, but I do think that we should beat them this year.
I was ready to defend DeAndre Swift, but everything you said was accurate, and I can't argue anything you said about Swift. As far as Caleb Williams, I would say that Caleb Williams went to, like you said, he started at Oklahoma, and then Lincoln Riley went to USC, and he followed him there. But when I watch Caleb Williams, man, I see another quarterback who I'm pretty sure Lincoln Riley recruited was Kyler Murray. Caleb Williams to me just looked like a taller version, not even by that much, but a taller version of Kyler Murray. Smaller size guy, likes to bomb it downfield, make it happen with his legs. No problem taking off and running, but that's not really what he's looking to do, but he's got no problem doing it, or he'll buy time, and they went out, and like you said, they went out and they got people that he could bomb it to. But I do agree that the Lions, if I had to pick, out of the 4 different scenarios, I guess you could have ties in there too. But out of the 4 different scenarios, as far as playing them twice, I would lean more towards, the Lions win that game both times. But I think that the Bears are going to be, and I hope we get them early. I hope we get them early, and I hope we get them late. I think there's a schedule. Yeah, the schedule's out, so we could easily look that up. But I just hope we get them early and get them late, because early it will be a great test to see. It'll be a perfect test game. Like, I almost wish that was the first game of the season, because the Bears. Go ahead.
I don't think we get them early. I think we get them. I know we play them once on Thanksgiving, and I think we got another late game with them.
That's unfortunate, because on their defense is going to generate pressure. We all know about our offensive line, but they're still going to generate pressure. So it'd be nice to see Goff under pressure in the early game, and just making sure that he just gets loose out there. You just got sometimes it takes Goff about mid-season before he loosens up and is ready to go. So I would love to see them early, but really I would love to see them early because they would be a great litmus test for our defense. A running quarterback that we have yet to show any aptitude of stopping, and then 3. Well, Roma Dunze is a rookie, but he's a potential rookie of the year candidate. So you got a potential rookie of the year candidate and 2 former All-Pros. How great of a test would that be, against our new secondary? But like you said, it all comes down to Caleb Williams. You can't say he's going to hit the ground running, but at the same time, you can't say that he isn't expected to hit the ground running as the number 1 overall pick. I'm not saying he's going to go out there and be a Pro Bowler immediately, but as a number 1, quarterback, you are expected to show, why you were taken number 1. So, I mean, there'll be flashes and whatnot. But
I agree.
Yeah, overall, I think the Bears got a good team, and they are definitely they have definitely moved up my radar. I almost want to say it's fair to say that the NFC North is people sleep on how good the NFC North is now.
The NFC North may be the best, if not the second best division in the league. But despite what I just said, I know I said that we should beat the Bears both times. But despite what I just said, when I saw the schedule in our division, I still think we're gonna win our division. But in our division, I think we're gonna lose to the Packers once, and then we're gonna lose one to. I'm not sure which one it's gonna be, but we're gonna either lose one to the Vikings or one to the Bears. So I feel like we lose two games in our division this year. One is going to be to the Packers, and I don't know who the other ones are going to be to. Both teams have made improvements where I still think we're a better team, but they're dangerous.
Sure, and Minnesota just re-signed the best receiver in football, and we don't know who their quarterback is.